Right, I thought we'd start on the dynamics page today because, I mean, the boys have done something special, really. I mean, as you can see, they absolutely adore me, so they thought, what do we get for the manager that we love so much? And they tossed a few ideas around and then they thought, oh, promotion, that'd be fantastic, he'd love that. And then, one voice, Mohammed Lape, I believe, said, but we need to wrap it in something special. And they were, again, racking their brains, thinking, well, how could we make this even more special for him by wrapping it? And they found a way. Do you know what they did? They bottled it. Okay, well, I mean, one thing you'll notice, the addition of the hat. I got fed up with looking at my own bald spot. What can I tell you? I have to edit the videos. I see it every time. I don't like it. So, the hat is on for today. If we keep liking it, it'll stay. Now, this is where you left us. 1-1 draw with Tony, which put us in the promotion hunt, firmly in the promotion hunt. Next up was Sime Derby, I believe, who, as you can see, we'd already beaten 1-0 at home. They're in the relegation zone. They're no threat. Yeah, we lost 1-0. Didn't play badly, but as you can see, didn't play well. Very disappointing for the 2 away fans that we took with us. And we conceded a goal of some top bins effort, I'm sure, if I remember rightly, and just could not score. Absolutely dominated them, couldn't score. So that gives us a little bit of an issue with the promotion race. Next up, Bong Rangers, who, as you can see, again, we beat 1-0 away from home. Yeah, 4-0. When the penalty went in to make it 4-0, they had 4 shots in total, not just on target, in total. And as you can see, some spectacular performances by most of the boys. And we improved second half, but when you're 4-0 down already, it's not going to get you very far. So, yeah, those 2 very winnable games, lost without scoring a single goal, and done. Now we are 6th, below the team that's just beaten us 4-0. We can still scrape in, but we need Bong Rangers not to win, Nimbaquado to lose, and us to win to scrape 4th place. When 2 games ago we were looking good for a shot at automatic promotion because we had 3 easily winnable games and other people were going to drop points. I mean, look at it. If we'd have won both those games like we should have done, we'd be 2nd, point clear, and a win would promote us. But no. Right, well, we'll get to the next match, which, well, the last match. Away, Mighty Blue Angels, and we're looking for a miracle. Unfortunately, they are also in relegation trouble, so we'll probably make a right mess of this one as well. Here we go then. It's what is probably our last game of the season. As you can see, Bong Rangers have Small Town at home. Nimbaquado have PAGS at home. So they're both at home to mid-table sides. I am not expecting both of them to do what we need them to do to get in. But hopefully we will give it our best. And we'll see if the dice fall our way. But I wouldn't expect this to be anything other than the last game of the season. Right, well, that side's not really going to get any better, so let's go with it. We've got a few people lacking match sharpness because we did get a few crucial injuries towards the end of the season. Okay. Right. Right, let's point the finger and say I want us to improve our recent performances. Because frankly, boys, you have been awful. Right, let's go. Mighty Blue Angels, who... really? They're playing in white. We're playing a team called Mighty Blue Angels, and they are not playing in blue. I think it's just another deliberate attempt to confuse me and sabotage my efforts. Oh, Debba whistles it over the bar. It's a bright start-ish. I'm saying that. We seem to have almost no possession. Oh, no. Well, the possession's fluctuating like mad. Right, let's shout a bit of encouragement. Okay, well, Bong Rangers are winning, so yeah, this is the end of our season as things stand. Oh, right, and yeah, getting a shot on target would be useful, boys. You know, the netty thing hangs from the posts and that bar. No, oh hey, there we go. Someone found it. Right, it's not good enough, is it? It is not good enough. Yeah, there we go. At least start hitting the target more often. Come on, let's point some fingers. There we go. Oh, that's motivated them. Look at that. You tell them to actually shoot on target and they think, yeah, oh, that's a great idea. Why do we not think of that? Because you're idiots. Moving on. Yeah, well. No, let's not get caught on the counter. Or are you just going to let them slowly and carefully pass their way up the pitch? Go on. Oh my God, Varney, what have you done? That's assault, you idiot, not a tackle. Oh, God, you cretin. You absolute cretin. Right, well, we'll shove Conne out here and go a little asymmetric on them. But, I mean, do you see what I'm working with here? I mean, there's nothing like sabotaging your own blooming hopes, is there? Come on, I'm going to demand more now, because this is pathetic again. I mean, it doesn't matter, obviously, because the results elsewhere are going against us, but it would be nice if we actually got the result we needed on the day, and then we can say, well, other results didn't go our way, rather than, well, we made it impossible for ourselves in the first place. I mean, I'm just saying, boys, being rubbish is not going to help. Right, now, Adolphus Cooper. We need to talk about Adolphus. We've got issues with Adolphus. And Yala, rubbish again. Oh my goodness. Right, let's get Nathaniel Lloyd on as well. Let's just shake it up a little bit, see if we can get some people who can actually kick a ball in the right direction on the pitch. We still need a lot of work doing on this squad. Oh, hello. Is he on? No, he's been flagged offside. Of course he has. Because, you know, the one moment of quality we actually produce in the game, not even onside. Oh, hello. Ability tripped over his own feet by the looks of things, but we'll take it. Adolphus Cooper fires it home. Hey, see, the problem we got with Adolphus Cooper is my staff are recommending don't re-sign him. He's not good enough. But you've seen some of his performances. He's not a bad player when he gets on the pitch. He hasn't got the attributes, but apparently he can still play. So I might just sign him anyway. I mean, we do need better forwards. Oh, come on, Lloyd. Good grief. Oh, hello. You see? There he is again. I mean, the boy just scores. So, I think this has sealed it, I think. I'm signing him. Yep, I'm going to offer him a new contract. And my staff can go jump. Because, frankly, I don't particularly trust them. I mean, let's face it, most of them were the only person that applied for the job in a 4-month period. So, you know, you take what you can, don't you? Well, it was a 2-0 win, so we did at least, even with 10 men. And Mark Varney, what were you doing? I mean, the words need to be had here, don't they? Really? Right, I'm going to say nice work, everyone. I wouldn't look too inspired, so I'm about to have a go at you. What was that all about? He's still inspired and motivated. Good lord. Are you really? Right, now you and you all need to be told that you let yourselves down and deserve to come off. Right. Well, I mean, honestly, if you'd have told me we'd finish 6th and literally 1 point, see, look at that. Oh, that's just so more. That's what makes it even more infuriating, doesn't it? 1 point from the playoffs. If we'd have won one of those games, or not even, if we'd have just not lost to Bong Rangers, because we had Nimbaquado on tiebreaker, and Bong Rangers would have had 2 less points, we'd have had 1 more point, we'd have been in the playoffs, if we just hadn't completely collapsed against them. Or if we'd have beaten Sime Derby, who went down, despite our best efforts to keep them in the division. What is going on with that sky in the background there? That's just weird. It's doing very strange things. Anyway, we'll come back for the season review and run through what we need to do for the close season and look at where we need to improve the squad a little, which is pretty much everywhere. Right, here we go. End of season review. Let's see what they made of it. Okay, yeah, there were a lot of new arrivals, as you can see. Boake Chroma averaged a 7.52. That's pretty good. I mean, he is clearly our star man. Chris Debber, 5 goals in 7 games. Again, good. Ben Williams. Don't even remember signing him. I thought he was here when we got here, but apparently not. Yeah, so 13 starts, over a 7 average. Adolphus Cooper, you see? 11 goals in 11 starts, 7 subs appearances, but I mean, that's a good strike rate. He was good and has actually, well, we've just offered him a new contract. It's only 1 year because hopefully we will be able to find someone who is actually better, but while he's performing like that, I may as well keep him. A lot of other signings, several of whom were terribly disappointing. So, yeah. Moving on. Okay, I mean, a C? The board are reserving judgment until you've taken charge of a few matches in this competition. Is 26 not enough? Just asking for a friend. I mean, did they? I can't remember if they said in the interview that they weren't judging me on this competition this year, which is a shame because they were, you know, relegation threatened when I got here and we finished 6th, 1 point off the playoffs. So I think I'd have probably got quite a good mark if they'd have actually judged me on this season. But never mind. Moments to remember. Ah yes, Deborah's hat-trick in the 4-0 win over PAGS. We all remember that, don't we? Match to remember. I honestly can say I really don't particularly remember most of these things. I do remember that Kone goal. That was a special effort. And that win over Watanga that gave us just the hope that we might actually be half decent. So near and so far, eh? Now, finances. Okay. Wow. Wow, we earned £6 whole from corporate and hospitality. Wow. What do we do? Sell 1 pizza? This is something I wish they'd... It's a tiny little thing, but I wish they'd change it. Every time with the merchandise sales, 10% of it, always 10% of it, is non-domestic sales. Which frankly I think is absolutely absurd in this. No one outside Liberia even knows who Holder FC are, let alone is going to buy any merchandise from them. So £52 of overseas sales? Don't think so. But just make it a range and do a random number somewhere in that range. mix it up a little bit so it's not always 10%. It's just, I know it's a very minor little point, but it just bugs me every season. Right, how did we line up? Did we line up there? That's kind of how we lined up. Certainly late in the season. I mean, Sime lost his place and Doe lost his place. Although the left back slot is open because A, Mohamed Lape is almost never here. He's always away on international duty. B, when he is here, he's bloody useless. He played particularly badly in at least one of those games where we bottled it. And he's currently languishing in the under-18s. Because I got so fed up with him, I just told him to train with them. Right, the accolades. Adolphus Cooper. See, fans player of the season. I couldn't have let him go, could I? The fans would have been in uproar. Yeah, Vajeba Kone, I'll agree with that. Young player of the season. Signing of the season, I'll agree with that. Goal of the season, I'll agree with that. See, Cooper, top scorer. Chroma, Adolphus Cooper, Man of the Match awards. Chroma, and a few relatively meaningless records because, you know, there's only been like one season of this league, so basically pretty much everything was going to be a record. Right. Well, oh, should we have a look at our budgets? Why not? Yeah, let's look at the budget first and then see what they expect from me. I've probably raised expectations to an unrealistic level now. Right. Okay. Wage budget of 305,000. That's more than it was, isn't it? I think it was 200 something, wasn't it? And our committed spending is only half that. We have got some space to try and improve this squad. If all goes well, we might be getting out of this division next season. Is that what they're asking for? Yeah, see, look at that. Just wanted to escape relegation last season. Now, promotion playoffs, or you're gone. Yeah, see? There was none of this here before. This wasn't the case before. You were all sort of like, oh, let's just stay in this division, we'll be happy with that. No, now it's like Premier League or bust. Right, well, we'll accept it, because, I mean, we are hoping to do that, obviously. But, you know, I think I've got a blooming nerve, quite frankly. Oh, that'll be fun when I tell the team that they're expected to reach the playoffs. We destroy your squad morale in one fell swoop with that one. Okay, yeah, we haven't got any actual genuine team leaders, but we've got a few players who look like they might want the job, so... Right, let's upset 30 people, shall we? Right, I'm not going to tell them good enough to go up as champions. I mean, hopefully, if I build the squad well, we will be, but... we're going to make the playoffs next year. Good lord, they're actually happy with it. Yep. Quick. Run while they're smiling. Yeah, I'm not going to make any promises at the moment. Oh, were you Adolphus? I've just promised you a new contract. How much more do you want? Honestly. Don't get greedy, sir. Right. There we go. Peter Morris. Reserved chap. Okay, that's basically meaningless because that's probably not going to be anywhere near the same team. See, look at that. That defence looks half decent, but one of them plays like an absolute muppet week in, week out. Right, well, I have now got to have a good look round at potential transfers. I mean, Prince Marshall's looking like he might be quite useful, isn't he? 4.5 stars. We've got a load of people on our shortlist. Well, I say a load. Some. Including a good couple of central midfielders, and that is an area we are weak. We've not got a great deal of... certainly no depth in central midfield. So we need some of that. We've got Kelvin Lopez on loan, on trial rather, at the moment. He would be one of our foreign players, and there's a few others in here. Unfortunately, not much, as you can see, or any, indeed, in the way of left backs. So, although, if I remember rightly, he's not on the shortlist, but we are scouting someone who is a right back, and then Gloriei can play on the left. He's fairly strong on his left foot, so he could swap sides. And he has actually been quite useful most of the time. So hopefully that wouldn't be too bad if we get desperate and if we get that other right back, we'd still have decent ones there. Because, I mean, Lappe, honestly, he is actually out of contract, Lappe. I did offer him a new contract, much against my better judgment. But I was really quite mean, I'll be honest, with what I was offering him. And he refused. He said he'd been backed into a corner and refused the contract. So we might have another pop at re-signing him. He's out of contract at the end of June, so we've got less than 3 weeks. We might give it another go just to see, but I mean, if he doesn't stay, then honestly, the performances he's put in, I'm not going to be too disappointed. I mean, let's have a look at his form. I mean, 10 league appearances, 6.57 average. It's just not good enough. It is not acceptable. And he's got absolutely no assists from out there at full back, and he just does not do enough. So actually, let me just have a quick look. Yeah, see, I mean, his wage, I mean, no one's wage here is particularly great, but I mean, those attributes, he should be better than he is. I know he can't really cross or dribble particularly, and he's not got a lot in the way of pace, but he's got so many other things that, for the level we're at, are not bad, borderline good. I mean, he is very inconsistent, but I mean, technically he's not. He is consistent, just consistently bad. So he might well be being shown the door. I'll give it one more shot, but I'm not going to give him much in the way of a decent contract if I can possibly help it. And then, yeah, we'll be looking over the summer to try and certainly replace him, and fill in some gaps in this squad. We need a few more centre backs because we haven't got any particular depth there. Like I said, we need a little bit of depth at central midfield. We probably need a right midfielder because Yala's not that good, and we may need another forward. Deborah, I think, would make an effective backup at this level, and of course we've always got Adolphus Cooper. But yeah, there are gaps to plug, but we've got the wage budget to do it. So now, when did the season start last time? Started in November, so I've probably got quite a few months ahead of me of trying to build this squad into one that is going to get promoted. And I don't want to go through the playoffs, I want to get automatic, but if we have to go through the playoffs, then that's what we'll take. But I think we can get enough better players in to really get this side into the top flight next season. And who knows, maybe we'll actually have some sort of run in the cup rather than just losing pathetically to lower league opposition. And when you look at the way that we started, that really mediocre to / poor start, if it hadn't been for that, we would have gone up this season. I mean, if it hadn't been for that, if we'd have started pretty well, we could easily have gone up as champions. But there we go. Right, well, I'll stop waffling on now, and thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you at the start of a brand new season.